Hi y'all, welcome in. I am working today on the Granny Square blanket. I'm calling this one Winter Frost, and we're going to hop into it. I do want to show you just really quickly what it's looking like so far, and I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it. You guys, this blanket is turning out gorgeous. It really truly is. So I'm just going to sit and crochet for a little while today. And I thought maybe you would want to just sit and crochet with me. Little nice quiet crochet session. I have lots of things going on here at home today. So my doggos have been a little crazy. We had our yard guy come out and take care of the yard today, and my daughter had a grocery delivery that just left here just a few moments ago, and then I had hit record, and my kids come down the hall talking really loudly, and of course, had to stop the recording and start over because that's what happens. It's chaos around here. Y'all leave a little message for me in the comments and let me know what you're working on today while you're sitting here and watching and listening to this video. That would be amazing. I am trying to get YouTube to start counting my views correctly, I guess, or maybe testing them a little bit sooner. And the only way for that to happen is if I'm getting views shortly after they post. So, y'all could do me a favor, not only hit that subscribe button if you're not already, but also turn on your notifications so that you'll be notified when my new videos drop every day. Listen, I get it. I drop a lot of videos. I drop 20 long forms every month and 10 or 11 shorts every month, depending on how many days are in the month. So I have new content that drops every single day at noon. So if you like crochet content and you like being here with me during some of these videos, I would appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and the notifications, turn them all on so that you're notified. And if you could do the next easiest simple thing that there is, hit that thumbs up button for me, you guys. That shows YouTube that, hey, people actually do like this content. It really does help me. I am a little tiny channel that is trying to grow here on YouTube, and it's very difficult when you're first starting. I'll get there, and I know I will, but it does take time. I'm just going to sit and crochet a little bit and probably babble a lot because that's what I do. So my apologies if I'm not looking directly at you guys. I am not one of those crocheters that can watch TV and crochet without looking at my work. I need to see what I'm doing. So pretty, you guys. I love this shade of blue. This one right here. It's really pretty. It's a light blue. It almost looks like it's kind of marbled a little bit because you can almost see like little bits of white in with that blue. So pretty. The light purple is the same way. It looks marbled. I love that. I do. I love it. Out of the 2 granny square blankets that I have done with this Caron anniversary cakes, I think this one is probably going to end up being my favorite. Like the colors in this one, the blues and the purples, that white. You can see it right there on the screen. Right over there. Or there. Sorry. Wrong direction. It's just a really pretty colorway, and I absolutely love it. I believe they call this one Frosted Fairy Tale. Hence why I'm calling the blanket Winter Frost. I probably said something else earlier because my brain, but it's Winter Frost is the blanket name. I do name all my blankets. I don't know. Maybe it's weird. But I just, you know, I don't want to just put a color description as the name because that's just weird to me. Uh-oh. He does it again. I will mute. I think we're okay. He's having one of those days. You guys, since I've taken back to making blankets, which is what I started my crochet journey with, I've kind of really been enjoying making blankets much more than what I had been prior to these 3 blankets. In the beginning, I absolutely loved blankets. It was the only thing I wanted to make. But then I learned finally how to do the magic ring, the magic circle, whatever. And I started making plushies. And I love plushies. You guys, don't get me wrong. They're cute. And I love working on them to a degree. To a degree. I am not a fan of having to sew anything together. And I haven't practiced enough at making them as one piece without having to sew pieces on. And that's what I need to do. I need to sit down and just figure out how to turn them all no sew because that would be amazing for my brain. Or at least low sew, maybe. Like for my pig, I didn't mind sewing on her little legs. Those were easy to do, but I don't want to have to sew on heads, and I don't want to have to sew on arms and legs and ears. It's just all too much. So recently I've gotten back into these blankets and kind of found a new love for them. Because blankets are just, they're my happy place. I'm not gonna lie. Watching it go from nothing into a throw blanket or into a twin size blanket or whatever, it just, it's a sense of accomplishment, you know? That, yeah, you get the same thing even with plushies, don't get me wrong. But those are like quick little projects most of the time. And by quick, I mean just a couple of hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours depending on how fast you work. My blankets can take, a couple of weeks of daily stitching to get them finished. And I don't work on everything daily. So, there are days when I don't have time to crochet because life, or, I'm working on a different project, so I don't get to work on this particular one. Kind of like that pastel blanket. Y'all, that took me so long. And my blankets don't usually take me that long. But that's because I wasn't working on it every day. Matter of fact, there was times in there where it would sit for a week or two before I'd pick it up again. And that's not normally me when I make blankets. Usually it's a daily project. But I'm not going to lie, I've been really busy with getting content out and scheduled and everything that I just haven't had a lot of extra time to sit and just crochet without having the agenda of making content, right? How do you guys all feel about quiet content? Like, do you like watching crocheters who aren't constantly talking? Because I was thinking about recording some videos while I'm crocheting in the evenings, but just muting and just letting you watch. It wouldn't be a close up because I don't have a camera view of my hands, but like, I don't know, just being able to see that I'm crocheting, I guess. Whether you can actually see what the stitches are or not. Anyway, leave me a little note there in the comments and tell me if that's content that you would like to see or not. I know it may not be for everyone. So I'm now working on two different blankets. I have this one, the granny square blanket here that I'm working on now, one over there. And I'm still working on the, oops, I'm still working on the Granny Stitch Lines blanket. I don't know if you guys remember that one or not. It is the green and orange Granny Stitch blanket I'm working on. I'm still working on that. Matter of fact, tomorrow's video will probably be me working on that one. Possibly, anyway. Or it might be, I don't know. I want to work on a couple of the buddies that I've got just sitting around that I have not got finished yet. So I might do that tomorrow. We'll see. Not real sure yet. But for today, This granny square is asking to grow up a little bit. I won't get a lot accomplished. If I can get one round at this point because of how big the rounds are getting, I feel like I've accomplished something. And you guys, I have 2 cakes of this yarn for this blanket, and I'm not even halfway finished with the first cake yet. So this is going to get a pretty decent size, I think. Now the one that I made before this one, it was, I used a smaller hook. Yes, I was using a 5.5 millimeter on the other blanket, and this is a 6 millimeter, so it's not a lot bigger. This one, that is. But it is going to be a little bit bigger than what the other one turned out to be. And also, I had to learn to loosen my tension just a hair, because that other blanket was very tight. All the way through that blanket. Which is fine. I'm usually a tight crocheter. But I wanted a little bit more softness to it. So I loosened my tension a bit. Or at least I feel like I have. We'll see when it's finished. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here for the day. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your projects, whatever it is that you happen to be working on. Until next time, be you, always. Bye, y'all.